If you grew up in the 90s or early 2000s, there's a good chance those quirky titles like Vampires Don't Wear Polka Dots and Werewolves Don't Go to Summer Camp were a staple on your bookshelf or in your school library. As a 90s kid, I didn't just read the Bailey School Kids books, I collected them all. And yep, I still have the entire collection proudly stashed like the literary treasure it is. In 3rd grade, I was so obsessed that I wrote author Debbie Dady a letter with my very serious suggestions for future titles. But here's the best part, she actually wrote me back. Not just a quick reply either, a full-on newsletter. And you better believe I framed that masterpiece of childhood validation. It's displayed in my office to this day, a daily reminder of my early literary ambitions and how cool Debbie Dady is. Fast forward to adulthood, and I got to do the ultimate fan flex, interviewing her on my spooky-themed talk show, Lonesome. Little me would have lost it. Honestly, I still kinda did. These books were pure childhood magic, and here's why they're so iconic. The genius titles. Let's be honest, those titles were everything. Every book teased just enough mystery to hook a young reader. Zombies don't play soccer? Mermaids don't run track? You couldn't not pick them up to find out what was going on. They were simple, catchy, and hilariously specific, which made them unforgettable. That perfect blend of spooky and silly. The Bailey School Kids books had just the right amount of creepiness to give you goosebumps, but they always kept things lighthearted and fun. It was like a safe introduction to the paranormal. Mysteries that made your imagination run wild without crossing into nightmare territory. The relatable group dynamic. The 4 main characters, Liza, Eddie, Melody, and Howie, felt like kids you could totally be friends with. They each had distinct personalities. Liza was cautious and a little anxious. Eddie was the class clown, always causing trouble. Melody was practical and observant. Howie was the thinker, always analyzing things. Their mix of personalities made the group dynamic super relatable, and you could always see yourself in at least one of them. The small town vibes. Set in the fictional Bailey City, the books had that small town charm where everyone knew everyone. But the adults were hilariously oblivious to the weird supernatural stuff happening around them. It added to the fun. Quick, additive reads. Each book was short, fast-paced, and packed with humor and suspense. They were perfect for young readers with short attention spans, or anyone who just wanted a quick, satisfying adventure. The amazing cover art. Those covers, illustrated by Pearl Burrows and later John Stephen Gurney, were iconic on their own. They always featured the kids looking hilariously skeptical of whatever supernatural figure was looming nearby. It perfectly captured the vibe of the series, half mystery, half comedy. The endless possibilities. With over 50 books in the series, there was always a new mystery to dive into. And the best part, the premise could go anywhere. From mummies to aliens to Frankenstein's monster, no supernatural creature was off limits. Nostalgia power. For kids growing up in the 90s, Bailey School Kids books were a cultural touchstone. They were part of the Scholastic Book Fair hype, library shelves, and school reading logs. Revisiting them now is like a warm hug from your childhood. They sparked a love for reading. For many kids, these books were a gateway into reading. They were fun, accessible, and made reading feel like an adventure rather than a chore. They weren't just books, they were the start of a lifelong love of stories. Timeless fun. Even today, the series holds up. Sure, they're a bit dated in places, but the humor, the imaginative stories, and the timeless group of friends still resonate with new generations of readers. So whether you were devouring them at the lunch table or saving up your allowance to buy the next one at the book fair, the Bailey School Kids books were and still are something special. They weren't just stories, they were a vibe. What was your favorite one?